see all of you. So, welcome to the Arrogant Witch YouTube show. I am Witch Naima, and I'm in the business of helping magical melanin witches, wizards, healers, and other supernatural folk come out of isolation and hiding and into full power so they can do the work that they came to the planet for, like literally do the work that you came to the planet for, which is a tall order, be paid well, and live bone deep fulfillment. Today's topic is, will you let him see all of you? And then also, will you let her see all of you? I'm going to edit out that beginning part because that was me getting myself here. Pardon me for being a little bit of delay with the grocery situation. So, full power. And how does this relate with letting him, will you let him see all of you? Will you let her? How does this, what does this have to do with coming into full power? So the work that I do, and I've said this before, so I guess I'm saying it again. The work that I do is what I have lived, what I currently am living, and the future that's brought into now to live now to create another result. It's a lot. It's a lot, demanding role being in this body. Okay. And my experience being in female form, being who I am, what streams through me, and then connecting with the male counterpart here on planet Earth. And the process of first not admitting who I was, not allowing myself to be who I was, who I am, the whole path, from birth and then beginning to hide because we're not accepted, and then starting to date, and then maturing sexually, and then getting older, and then going through suffering and depression, and then coming to know more of who you are, and then recommitting to being who you, like the whole process. And as it relates to connecting with male beings, my experience has always been, and I didn't know this at the time that I was doing it, but there was the unconscious agreement, and you tell me if you relate to this. You don't, it's not intended for you to relate. It's just like you get what you need, period. However, the unconscious agreement was, he is not going to accept who I really am. Therefore, I'm going into this relationship being a tiny fraction of who I am because I would like to be with a male counterpart, but I know that he's not going to accept me. So I agree to go into this being a fraction of who I am. And boom, right? Then over time, right, the resentment builds because there's no real depth and connection. There's no real, when I say there's no depth of connection, there's a connection, you just don't go all the way where you really want to go, right? There's a limitation because there's a limitation to you in the relationship. There's a limit to your expression. There's a limit to who you admit that you are. There's a limit to what you allow yourself to be seen as. There's a limit, there's a limit, there's a limit. And so in this phase of my life now, and in talking with the Magical Melanin Witches who are in the Arrogant Witch community, and then other folks who I'm talking to who are supernatural, the collective challenge, the collective experience is that we're either with men who are normal men, okay, and I'm going to define normal men in a minute, or we're with male supernatural beings who have yet to admit who they are and live who they are publicly. It's one thing to like, I know I'm this, I know I'm that, but to live that where your standards are such and like publicly, that's a whole other way of being in the world. So what the normal guy is just a normal guy. You know, he wants to have a family and he wants to have all the feelings that normal males want to have. And I'm not saying supernatural folk don't want to have those feelings too, but that's one piece of the whole pie, that the supernatural, because the blood, the wiring. I was having this conversation with myself today. The wiring of the normal male is to populate and do what normal men feel compelled to do. The way they see life, the way they move. And I don't know if I want to get too far into programming and wiring today. I'll say a little bit. So I think YouTube, it's easy to, like, YouTube is there's a, what is it? Homogeny about YouTube. It's like, it's YouTube, right? And there's a programming here. Like when you look at me, you see an attractive female, you see a Black woman. Like if somebody said, describe what you see when you look at me, you'd say the Black woman, right? You'd have I think most people would have just like a natural kind of description of like physical elements, etc. And we all have an explanation about, or an idea about how a woman is supposed to be and how a man is supposed to be. And most people actually believe that, like, this is what a woman is made for, this is what and yes, they are actually, for procreation, for the penis inserts inside the vaginal hole, and the female element of, you know, all the feminine elements that go with, right? And that are less developed inside of a male, because the male is meant to be the protection, strength, and okay, that's all programming, and it's designed that way. Yes, it's true. It's meant to be like that, okay? And not everybody who's in a female body and not everybody who's in a male body is wired to do what people in female bodies do and people in male bodies do. And so, wow, this feels like a whole other topic. Maybe I'll elaborate on this later. The point is that when it comes time, you know, if for those who are not necessarily programmed to want to do what men do and not necessarily programmed to want to do what women, I've always wanted to be a mom, and I just knew I wanted to be a mom and a wife since I was 3 years old. And or men who was like, I want to be a father and a man and a like, that's a program. That's a program. Wow. And so when it comes time to do the work that you were born for, like some of us are here for very specific reasons on Earth, and it's not to create more humans, to live the normal human experience, okay? This is like for you or it's not. This is very black and white, okay? And so when it comes time for you to connect, if you're a male and you're ready to connect with a male supernatural being, and you're a female because you're a female supernatural being, and the only thing that makes you female is because of the body that you're in. So folks see you, the programming of what a woman is, when they see you with that programming. If you're in a male body, the programming that they have over the male is when they see you as that. So that limits how they're able to connect with you, because they only see you as that because their programming is that. Ooh, baby, this is hot. Just hot, hot, hot. I feel like my whole life has prepared me to talk about this subject right here. And so so what do you do then? If you're a female like me, you have breasts. I have large breasts. I'm voluptuous. The average male, you know, would be attracted to me just based off the programming of a male and a female and attraction, right? I have curves, I have large breasts. I know how to perform like a female. I know how to do that. We all do, don't we? And a male who's male because of the body that he's in, not necessarily because he's compelled the way all other males are, right? What you're either this wiring or you're not. This is not a debate or negotiation, okay? And there's very specific work for you to do. And you get tapped into that work that you were literally brought to planet Earth to do. You get tapped into that. Gender is not involved. All the dynamics that humans do to populate and make this earth keep doing what it's doing, when you start tapping into what you were born for, that stuff is irrelevant. It's only relevant to the degree that you make it so you can produce the results that you were born for. So then when you got to use feelings, because when you're in a body, the package, the agreement, the contract is to engage with human things like feelings and emotions. That's the agreement, that we're going to have feelings of sadness and anger and love. Like, what is love? What is love exactly? It's a feeling. Most people would call it a feel. Things like, oh, it's a decision. You can choose to love, right? But not even but, okay? That's feelings typically associated with love for most people, right? And so when you're ready to connect with the male, female, and listen, you can do female, female, male, male too. In this instance, I'm talking about female and male because that's the dynamic that's primary right now in the Arrogant Witch community. And we have gay women as well, okay? So I say, even though I'm talking male, female, it can be female, female, male, male as well, okay? When it comes time to connect, because the contract is that you're in a body with feelings, that's one of the gateways to use to connect. However, if the programming, the reason why the normal men were unable, and I can say this from experience now, the normal men cannot, they literally cannot see. He can fuck you good. You know what I mean? He could, all of that, right? All of the primal, carnal, fleshly pleasure things you can have with him. That's where it stops. He doesn't have the wiring and the programming to be able to see all of you, which is part of why you don't even feel like you can show all of you. Then when we have felt the feelings associated with not being seen, so I'll speak for myself, dating men, right? From teenage up till now. So before I admitted who I am and lived who I am out loud, like here I am, right? Before I did that, and I would date guys going in, being a part of who I was, it was always this frustration that they couldn't see me, that I was performing, that they couldn't meet me, that we couldn't really create together, that he had expectations of me because all he sees is an attractive Black woman, right? The sex is good. I do things and perform things to make him have feelings because I know what men want to feel, but it's all a performance. It's not, nothing is true. Like nothing in it is rooted in the truth of why I even came to this planet, right? Is anybody relating to this? I know this is Arrogant Witches. This is a long game. We're doing what we actually came to the planet for. I'm not just here to do cute YouTube videos and be a teacher. Like I'm here to actually have the environment where us supernatural beings, us wizards, us warlocks, us extraterrestrials who are out of the closet, because the portals have opened for us to come fully out of the closet. This is, yeah, all right. Anyway, enough of that. So I would be with these guys, and it was like there was always the limitation there. There was always and then it's like I know he can't see me. Then it's like, oh shit. Then if I like try to Anyway, all that, right? Fill in the gaps. If you've been there, you know exactly what I'm saying, okay? So now, this is what I'm excited about. Now, this is where we're going. This is where we're going. Because in order for us to produce, mate, and produce, see, now when normal people hear that, they automatically think children. Because the programming of a man and the programming of a woman, according to humans, is to create children together. Now, that is great. This is not no anti-children situation. And there are people who are here to birth children, and we are teaching those children. Okay? Not all of them, but many of them. Not all of us are here to produce more humans to be on this earth. That's either true for you or it's not. There's no right or wrong for that. You got to know who you are to even really be able to answer that accurately. Were you born to produce more humans here? Even, I'm not going to even go there right now. Yes or no? Do you know that to be true? That one of the reasons why I was born was to produce more humans on Earth. Do you know that to be true for yourself? Anybody want to share? I see folks here. Anybody want to share that? Like the video? What did you come here to do? So then when you're ready to mate, to actually do what you came here to do, which is a tall order, which is a huge responsibility. In order for that to happen, he must see you, you must see him, and there must be an agreement to do what you came here to do. A normal man can't do that. A normal man who just, like my ex-husband, he's a great guy. Like, he's the guy that most women wants. He's a provider. You know, I could stay home if I wanted to and have kids and take care of the kids and be a stay-at-home. I could have did that if I wanted to. He loved me like he loved me. Okay. I loved him. I still do. Who I am today, who was dying to come out when I was with him, he's a normal, good guy who wants to have a family and take care of the family and do family trips and basically perpetuate what's normal here. And again, that is fine if that's what you were born for. You gotta know who you are. So I say arrogant, which is a great, who are you? When I say full power, I mean it. I mean actualizing here on this planet where you're not bound to any of the earthly things that makes you a woman or a man. Like, I'm not a woman unless I get married. What? Are you thinking about marriage when you're a child, unless it gets shown to you? Is that in your programming? I don't, listen, that's for you to answer. I have never, ever, ever wanted to give birth to kids. Never. Not even a little bit. Never, never. I've met men. I'm a worldly woman. I have traveled except I have met men who have never wanted to impregnate a woman. So to want to do that, it means it's a part of your programming. Isn't, oh, that's natural, that's nature. No, it's not. If it was nature, it would apply to everybody. What's natural is breathing. That's natural. What's natural is sleep. It applies to everybody. What's natural is eating. That's natural, right? Not everybody has a natural desire to reproduce humans here on Earth. You see? to even desire to come into full power and to walk the path of full power, and to, against all human circumstances, break out, right? No matter what you're in, somehow you get out, you find a way, and you, that right there begins to tell you who you are. So then when you get in the presence of that guy, if you're in a female body, and you get in the presence of that woman, if you're in a male body, and you see, oh my God, and you see each other, and the shackles are off, and neither one of you is bound by human condition. Listen, okay, listen, and don't get all, listen, right? We're in a body, there are constraints here in a body. So don't get all like anal with me about it. What I mean is, you don't let any of the creations of man bind you. Marriage is a creation of man. Any kind of creation of man. This is not even, like, you might marry each other. What I'm saying is, getting out of any kind of bind that you agreed to before you came into awareness of who you are, against all odds, is a speaking to who you are. So I'm aware that this is a, you know, I don't know if it's that. I'm just, it's for a certain few. So then when you arrive to letting this male or female see you, after having the experiences with feelings of not being seen, right? Fear of being rejected. Okay, wait a minute, hold on, park it. So today I was like, ooh. So I was walking in the rain today, and it just came. When you get beyond feelings, it was, I know it. When you get beyond feelings, I feel fear of being rejected. I feel sad. I feel. When you get, and when I say get beyond, I mean learn how to be with feelings, work feelings, maneuver feelings, apply feelings, alchemize feelings, transmute them. When you learn how to be with feelings and you keep going and you get beyond that, then the creation is a different kind of creation. It's a magical creation. Like, this is what I am. If you come with me, this is where we're going. This is what I'm talking about. This is it. Like, this is beyond fear. Like, this is beyond, right? And then you start deliberately harnessing human things. Oh my God. So let me talk about the retreat. Let me move around and see how this comes together. So one of the reasons why I have been single is because, one, I just really have enjoyed being single. This is the longest I've been single in my adult life. And I've really, a lot, like, there's so many benefits to being single. And I respond when I get instructions. Like, I move, like, I'm in accordance with, I don't just, you know what I mean? And if I do, I'm aware of when I'm just sort of like randomly doing something. So I got the instruction that it's now time for me to start connecting with male supernatural beings and creating an environment for us female, those of us who are in a female body, to start to have the environment for us to connect with males who can see fully, right? Males, supernatural, magical, melanin males who can see and who desire to connect with us the way we desire to connect with them, who wish to get beyond the pain that we've experienced dealing with normal folk, get into a room with each other, see each other, allow one another to really start to connect with each other in whatever way. Look, if sex is involved, go for it. We encourage and support that. And if it's not, that's fine too. However, connect it, because we can see each other. Like, first of all, can we just talk about seeing each other? Can we? First of all, I've already seen it. I already see what this is. I already see it. I've already experienced it. I already know. Us in a room, recognizing that every female and every male in the room has watched me on camera. They know what this is about, and they arrive to the room agreeing to connect in the ways that I'm talking about, or whatever way they choose to connect, frankly. And if you're coming into this space, which is gorgeous penthouse in Atlanta, December 19th and 20th, there's something in you that is hungry. I mean, genitals throbbing, heart tingling and expanding, brain is like doing all the things. You are ready to see and be seen by a magical melanin supernatural being, male and female. It is time. I've been being primed for this. It is time. So seeing each other and then responding. Many times, I'm talking to the ladies right now, have you at a cafe and you meet a guy, or maybe you're in the dating apps and you meet a guy. You're at the grocery store, you're at a social function, you meet a guy and you're talking to him. And you're just like, gosh, he would never be able to see me. He just doesn't get it. Everything coming out of his mouth, even the energy that emits off of his body, you're like, no, this is a normal guy. And then like what that feels like to constantly come into contact with normal guys, good guys, cute guys, dudes who look like they got a big dick, right? Or for the men, right? You meet a girl and she hot, right? Or she cute, or she nice, or she got all the things that men like. She's nice, you get to feel like you're teaching her something. Like all the things that feed the programming of a male. Like this shit right here. Like the fact, like being aware that there's even a programming of men and playing on that. Am I a manipulator if I do that? Like this is the whole thing. The fact that I know exactly what's gonna make, that means that's a programming. Like, listen, like use this stuff to create, not just to exist in this dynamic of we're in a good relationship. And that shit will bore. Oh, maybe that's just me. Hi, Quint. When you say guiding, what do you mean? And when you say mothering, you mean mothering people, mothering children? What do you mean? So I'm going to talk a little bit about the retreat, and I'll be talking about it more this week. My tentacles are really in this. My tentacles are really in this. December 19th and 20th, it's a 2-day, 5-star retreat. It's called the Heart Retreat, okay, in Atlanta, the Heart Retreat. And it is for us male and female supernatural beings. And the maximum, I think, is going to be 20. And I actually upped it from 15 because our space is massive. We're actually going to cut it off so it's not so big. Like we have the option to modify to really create the mood that we're looking for. But it's a penthouse. We will be engaging in heart enriching activities, really getting the heart going, and getting the whole self involved and seeing each other. I've never been in such a space. I've never, the potency and the power, like, yeah. See, this is where pussy power is so important. This is where pussy power is very, very important. Like, as I'm saying this right now, I can feel its necessity. I can feel why the power of the pussy is so important. I'm not even talking about sex right now. I'm not even talking about sex. I'm talking about, wow, you know, when you, for those of us who have one, right? Being in connection with it and its creativity ability when you're connected to it. And allowing the force of it to influence what you create. Like, I can feel, oh, yeah. So, like, I'm creating this for me and for us. Like, it's time for us to be with each other so we can birth the new worlds. More money than you've ever fucking seen. Like, meeting your person so that the two of you together create more money than you've ever seen, create the impact that you were born to create. Like, you're never going to be, if you are who this is for, you're never going to be satisfied. No matter all the amazing things you're going to do in life, you're never going to be satisfied knowing that you're not doing what you came to Earth to do. And recognizing that there are people behind you watching you who you are influencing, who will take over. Like, you know how many magical melanin folk who are 18 years old, 25 years old, 15 years old, they're the genius in their family, they're the supernatural one in their family, but they're like you were 20 years ago. Nobody gets them, nobody sees them, they're the black sheep, and when they see you doing the shit that's forbidden on this planet because you come out of the closet and you're really doing what you came to do, and you're not, right? Look, and you know your programming, you better get to know it, otherwise, look, okay? And they see you out of the closet doing what you were born to do. Like, this is strange. This is strange. People look at me and they just see a black woman talking about spirituality. They don't understand what's really going on here. And we haven't even started yet. We haven't even started. Just see an attractive black woman talking about spirituality and what's the shit she talking about, this witch shit, this demon shit. They see me as, I don't have no big following, I'm not famous. What is this? This is tied to a much bigger thing. And it's taken my whole life to get here. There are people watching me silently. I get tons of engagement on my Facebook ads, tons. And that's just the people who are responding. Think about all the people who are watching who are not responding. That's how you're impacting people too. Now, just imagine you start doing what you really came here to do. Now, like this whole teaching shit, and I'm not teaching about, I'm talking about people who are teaching. We need the environments where we get to cultivate. I'm not trying to sit and watch a bunch of videos and suck in a bunch of content. I am it. I am it. You are it. What you need, if you are who we're here for, is to be in an environment physically with your people so that you start burning off all of the shit that you've matured being around all these normal ass people with normal ass programming who will argue you to death based on their programming, will argue you up and down about how life's supposed to go. And the planet is what it is because large numbers of people believe in the same programming. Large numbers of people believe in the same program. And they believe it so much that they perpetuate it for centuries. And they have small numbers, and then in bigger numbers, gradually swallowed and all the magical people like you and I. You read history books. I want to say between the 13th and 16th century in different parts of Europe. There's so many stories about magical people who were tuned in. And I'm just talking about 13th century to the 16th century. Look, you could go wherever you want to go and research, okay? And no matter what century you go to, there's always the magical people who were shunned. There's always the magical people who were shunned somewhere. Start looking at the birth of Christianity. Like, Christianity is so indoctrinated and in everybody now. But do you know that there was once upon a time where Christianity did not exist? Like, I know I'm preaching to the choir, so pardon me. Like, I'm not trying to be like, you stupid, right? I'm just like emphasizing the way indoctrination and programming works. And people are convinced of their programming. People are convinced. And the level of atrocities that were inflicted on people to make Christianity valid, the number of people who were killed, the way people were silenced and shamed and made to feel wrong and bad, to force Christianity onto people. Now today, people will argue you left and right about the validity of Christianity when it didn't even exist once upon a time. Sir, this was created, sir, and given to people long before you and trickled down to you. Did you create Christianity, sir? And so all the magical people, you read about them, how they were shunned and how they started learning how to sneak powerful messages, sneak spiritual messages into scripture, into texts. I mean, there's an actual study. There's a man, I can't remember his name. He was rebuked during his time. And I want to say during the height of I wish I could remember this clearly. But I remember it on the inside in a way that is necessary. He taught people how to hide messages in words because it became forbidden at the height of his time on earth. So that's why we have a cult. We have a cult because anything that you shun and shame, what does it do? It goes down into the shadows. It's repressed. It doesn't go away. It's just repressed over in the corner where it gains more power. And then people start doing shit behind the scenes, like all of the women who were doing illegal abortions when they made abortion illegal, when it was, right? All the women who died trying to get illegal back alley abortions because abortion was shunned and shamed. So when you come up in a world like me, like you come up in a world where directly and indirectly we are indoctrinated with this information, right? So for those of us, you can feel the oppression in your bloodline, right? Women can feel the oppression in the bloodline. Men can feel, right? If they have a lot, if their dad and their dad's dad and their dad's dad's dad and their dad was a pimp, even if they never knew them, there's something in them that will feel like a pimp. And so you get here and you're like, why? right? For those of us who start inquiring and really getting to know ourselves, we'll feel things and we're like, but I know this is not mine. Have you ever felt that? You feel a sadness, you feel an oppression, you feel something in your system, and you're like, but this doesn't feel like it's mine. I have felt that so many times, and so many of the witches and healers I've talked to have felt that. I feel this oppression, I feel this trauma, I feel this, and I know it's not mine. So we are offspring of everything that has happened before us. So boom, you come here, birth 1970, 1980, 1990, 1960, right? Having inherited all of this down through the bloodline and through the ether, right? Because if you don't get it through your bloodline, you don't get it through the ether of being here on this planet where shit been going on long before you and I got here. We're impacted by all that. And then here your supernatural ass here in 2022, where the programming, oh my God, now that we got social media, like before social media, you know, even before TV and radio, the way programming happened, the way people got conditioned. And then you put social media on top of it, and you put radio on it and TV on it. Now we can program people quickly. I was on a train over the weekend, and this mom was eating with her two kids, and some older woman come walking by, getting on her about a mask. Lady, she's eating. Like the programming, but oh my God, the mask and the COVID and the oh my God. This is new programming. You get to watch it happen. See, you didn't get the chance to see how we got programmed with Christianity. You didn't see that. But here you are alive during a time of COVID. Now the children who are born next year, they're going to hear about how the indoctrination of COVID happened. Like we hear about the indoctrination of Christianity now. So now motherfuckers is having shit fits over a damn mask when a year and a half ago, that was, people would have never thought. People would have never thought such a thing. Masks, we would have felt like, what kind of fucking oppressive shit, 16th century shit is going on around here. Now we chastising each other about a damn mask. You see how indoctrination, you see? So who are you? Who are you? When you get rid of your human, like the agreements that you've made since you've been in a body, that you only made because of society, like the number of women who give birth to children because they felt the pressure to give birth to children, but never actually wanted to give birth to children. So now you're bound, right? The number of women who get married because you're incomplete without a man. You're not, I'm an honest woman now. I've got married, I'm an honest, I heard that, I said, wow, so what am I? Without him, right? So when you come from up under all these oppressive thoughts and ways of being, and you really start to inquire with yourself and allow yourself to move, really move unhinged from these earthly agreements that are not yours. Who are you? Mm-hmm. Thank you for liking the video, you guys. Oh, so in closing, so details are being formed. So the retreat is already booked. The venue is booked. The dates are December 19th and 20th. It's 2 full days, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's like I said, for supernatural beings, the investment is $2,500 and it goes up to $3,000 November 15th. Yeah, after November 15th. If there's still slots available, it goes up to $3,000. I will accept until details are going to be going out in the email. So just look out for details because there's all kind of dates. Like you can do a 3-part payment until, like, I want to say like October 10th or something like that. Then it'll be either in full or, yeah. So the point is, if you are who I've described here and you're ready to connect with those who can see you, male and female, you're looking for who you're going to experience sex magic with, the real kind. We just got to get in the room, because your average Black folks, they don't get it. They can't. Their programming won't even allow them to get it. You know, it's too strange. But when you know who you are and you follow your heart and you let yourself start telling the truth, you know, if you're in a bunch of binds that have not been serving you, you might go into a depression, right? I did several. And it'll be one of the best things that happens for you. And then you can, you know, really start coming out of the closet with the truth of who you are. Because I refuse, I'm not interested in just fucking a nigga just to nut. I mean, we did that, right? We've done that countless times over, haven't we? Now my sex is for creation. Is it important to you that your sex is for creation? Creating whole new reality, like being able to create a power together that I could never create on my own, and that he can never create on his own. No matter how many nuts he busts, no matter how many pretty girls he sit around and, you know, stroke him and make him feel like a man, he'll never be able to go where he really wants to go until he connects with that woman who is the other. If you're watching this as a replay, even if you're here now, you know, let me know. Do you get what I'm talking about? Quint, I want you to know, Quint, I see you. Quint has been my speaker for today. And we brought this up last week I'm leading a course right now called Expensive Healer. And we brought this up during our private time together. And so many, we know who we are and the power that we're coming into. And as we're talking to male supernatural beings, so many of them have experienced similar things as us, where they've been fucking normal girls, right? And there's value, like, there's a place for that, right? We like sex, right? Male, female, we like sex. Who don't like sex, right? And then once it's kind of like, you ever like, I could really go on here, but I'm getting ready to wrap this up. So, if you're not already on if you're on the email list, details will be going out within the next 48 hours. If you're not on the email list, a link will be placed beneath this video for you to get yourself onto the email list. And I'm really looking forward to this heart retreat, and really shake some shit and experience deep intimacy and connection. And there's a TH in there. Throbbing connection. You're welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here.